Hello everybody and welcome back to Mangoes Not Lemons. We've got another great opportunity to talk with a guest and very good friend of mine, Lisa Delang. Today we're going to talk about her career that got her into a global benefits specialist job and how she stumbled into it and where she's at today and why she likes it. So Lisa, thanks for being here today.
Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate the time and the ability to talk about something I'm super passionate about. So
you're very welcome. So let's start back in the beginning. Tell me a little bit about education, about career path, what got you today. So what's your official title today?
So I am the global benefits manager for a mining company, an international mining company.
Perfect. So let's take a step back. Walk us into how you got there today.
Okay, perfect. So I was one of those that started my career and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, like a lot of us. We start out in school.
Okay.
So went to college, got a 2-year degree in business.
Okay.
Then was kind of looking at options, met a boy, fell in love, got married.
Oh,
so I've been
that
married
happens.
for a long time now. But really anticipating what I wanted to kind of do.
Okay.
We were in the area. I grew up in the U.S. Air Force, moved around to many states and multiple countries. Had the
Okay.
opportunity. My father's from Mexico, speaks fluent Spanish some.
Oh, very nice.
So learned a little bit of that as well.
Que bien.
Está bien. And ended up in Utah, honestly. And so being in Utah, I actually started out for an aerospace company, and I was working.
When you came to Utah?
Yeah, when I came to Utah, I actually did a couple things again. Got the 2-year degree in business, and then
Was it an associate's degree?
Associate's degree,
general? Okay.
yeah, associate's degree in business, and I was really focused on. Then I decided I wanted to get my hair license as well, my cosmetology license.
Okay.
So went back to school, did all the hours, certified, did that for multiple years, and worked in a professional salon. And I started having kind of back and ankle issues, other things. And so I thought, I've got to do something. I've got to look for something that I enjoy, being around people.
Yep.
I think HR is a career where you really have to enjoy and value and learn to listen to people.
And I can imagine in the beauty industry, you listen to a lot of your clients or listen what they say, what they're asking, what you might recommend.
Yes.
Similar skills.
Yes, and
Okay.
so that translated well. But I actually started out, so I did that for multiple years and had a child, and then came back and I was working for a friend who was going through chemo treatments and needed some backup and support. She was the HR person, also doing payroll at a small aerospace company.
Okay.
So pulled me in to help her, and then she was done with chemo, doing well, back to work. And they had a part-time position open in the engineering department. So I was actually...
Oh, so not on the HR team?
Not on the HR team at all.
Okay.
So I was working in engineering as an admin for a little bit of time, and then the cancer came back.
Okay.
And ultimately, unfortunately, she passed away. They hired
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. They hired a new HR person, and essentially they were looking for someone in the building who had any exposure to the systems, the tools, and resources. Someone mentioned my name because I knew of the HR processes.
Did a little backup with her.
Did a little backup with her. We hit it off so well, she recruited me out of the engineering department and into HR, and I became her admin, kind of doing payroll, basic applications. So started out as kind of an HR admin.
Okay, so you really just stumbled into it by happenstance.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So it was so grateful for the opportunity, and she really coached and mentored me. She was excellent with people. She was a walking law and compliance library and taught me a lot, really took me under her wing. I'm so grateful for her mentorship. Okay. And so in working with her, I became proficient at payroll, started doing benefits, flexible spending accounts, health savings accounts, and kind of helping her on that.
Yeah.
Into the benefits, and then
That's the very technical side of HR.
Yes.
Okay.
But then even into recruiting, employee relations issues, investigations. We went through an audit at the time. And so really got my feet wet and got a really good taste for that. Yeah. And then decided that I would like to potentially have a career in benefits. So I went back and finished my degree from Colorado State in human resource management.
Oh, nice. So now you went back, got a bachelor's degree with a specialty.
Yes.
Okay.
But it took Sometimes. So I worked in the field of HR while I went to school, and it took some time to do that. So
Okay. That's
for
good to
those
know.
that want to get into the HR career, it's just sometimes getting some exposure to that, learning about it. Sometimes my degree program really went in depth into each of the areas in HR. That really helped me understand what I liked and didn't like about the HR side.
Yeah.
And then ultimately
There are pros and cons.
There are, absolutely. Became an HR generalist and worked as an HR generalist for many years.
Is this after you finished your degree?
No, it was during.
During,
So I was
okay,
doing,
so during, okay.
Doing. So I was a generalist the whole time I was kind of working on that. And then I had an opportunity they had a team leave, and I became the interim HR manager because there was not very many people left to kind of handle the work. And
So right place, right time.
Yes.
Good opportunity.
Timing was everything.
Okay.
And I loved it. I loved working with people. I loved the ability to make some decisions on the benefits side, create policies that were friendly, really tried to listen to my populations and understand what they cared about, and really make it a friendly workplace, a good environment where people wanted to be there. And that's really important to me. People want to go to a place of work that has a positive environment. We're doing good things to help them and their families, and putting benefits and other programs in place that assist them in a work-life balance.
Yeah, sometimes I refer to the HR positions or HR positions within any organization as the translators from executives to employees.
Totally
Because
agree.
executives hear and say one thing, and the employees hear and say one thing. HR is the mediator between the two.
Yes, it's kind of a fine line. I'm the employee advocate, and I care about the employee advocate, but I also want to do the compliance side and keep us out of court too.
Yeah.
And that's it's a good line to walk, but it's an important line in just really understanding how to take care of the employees, how to give them things that are meaningful and packages and pay and benefits that are competitive. While they basically are there to support. And we none of us work because we want to, we work because we need to support our families.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, and I've said on multiple videos before this, I'm a firm believer you need to enjoy what you do.
Yes.
We're at work way too long to be miserable in what we're doing for work.
Yes.
If you're in a job, you don't like the coworkers, you don't like the management, you don't love, it's not feeling rewarding, take the risk and put yourself out there. Try to find a new opportunity where you can at least feel good about your day. Okay, so you're an HR manager, and then where'd you go from there?
So HR manager for an international, basically global gas and oil company.
Okay.
But we're site specific in Utah. The corporate headquarters was in Houston, Texas, and also in Paris, France.
Okay.
And so we're kind of the standalone site, and I have to do things that are beneficial for our site and impact our site, but also our site-specific things.
Okay.
So I really worked with the leadership team to develop things that worked well and programs that motivated our population there.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
So now you not only have to be sensitive to your US-based team, but you are making decisions that will impact international teams.
Yes.
And that's a lot.
Yep. And at the end of my time, I worked for, again, Fortune 500 companies. The name was Schlumberger. Okay. I was over a site in Italy and California, which is a complex HR group.
That's its own little country, right? Is that California country?
So true.
Okay.
And there's so many. It's like understanding rules and laws for a completely different country. Totally agree with you. And so I was over 5 sites when I left, and I was the HR manager. So I would go see my HR team in California. I would go over to Italy. And had a lot of opportunities to really impact. Did
you get to travel internationally?
I did.
That's a bonus.
Was fun. Yes, it was.
Okay.
And then through a friend, heard about a position at Bort, and I was kind of off on my next thing. They were wanting me to I was going to either end up in Houston or Bogota, Colombia, and my husband wasn't super excited about Bogota with the work visas and other things. And this opportunity came, and as I weighed the pros and cons and did that list, decided that I wanted to go and work for the Bort team in a total rewards team role. So again, compensation, which I had done.
So
benefits.
Now a specialty HR role in total rewards. Okay.
Yes. And I had done all that for years in my prior role and did the various sites we had implemented. So I had a great background, a good general background, but was always passionate and loved
I remember
benefits.
when you started.
That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
It's been over 5 years and really passionate about the benefits piece and feel like I really excelled. We would get international people coming into the U.S. that would meet our team there. We were located, the site was in Provo, Utah.
Yeah.
And didn't really understand U.S. benefits. It's a very complex, thing to navigate.
Our medical systems are very different.
Yes. And I swear they did it on purpose, but I spent many hours at dinner. They would sit me next to a person that had just come in from Paris or Europe or other places, and I would have little mini benefit orientations with them and really explain those. And so I got to understand, in and out of networks really proficiently, self-funding of medical plans. I'm a huge advocate of self-funding and think it's a great way for companies and organizations to save dollars.
Oh, I would agree. But they have to be big enough to self-fund.
Yes, they have to have the pool
There are
big
some
enough.
things
Agreed.
to learn about self-funding
Yes.
when it comes to businesses' decisions
Yes.
on benefits.
Yes.
Now, at some point, you got certifications specializing in HR.
Yes.
And so currently you hold which,
So I am a PHR, and
which
I have
is,
so it's a
stands
professional
for?
in human resources,
Okay.
and I have my SHRM CP, which is basically SHRM. It's another HR organization. I'm a certified professional
Okay.
with that organization.
one of these days we'll get a SHRM rep on here and they can talk through all of those details.
Perfect.
Okay,
But
but they
so
both are
grateful.
similar, just a
Yes.
different qualification for a
Yes.
different organization.
And different requirements to some extent, and kind of really develop my knowledge, deep knowledge in HR, and ultimately loved being a manager. But my true HR passion, and I would advise anyone, get in, do schooling or get into an admin role and really deeply understand what areas are interesting to you. What do you like to do?
Yeah.
And again, probably the best thing, the thing that I'm most passionate about is benefits and compensation too, but really benefits and rewards, and have had the ability the last 5 years to really get into the minutia of details and contracts. And I've just loved my time in this role and have just learned even a ton. I thought I was an expert when I got in this role. I am now much more knowledgeable 5 years later, just in the nuances of benefits and all the things to look for,
And global benefits.
global benefits, and understanding the different country requirements. And they're so different, and certain privacy details in certain countries, and just really what's meaningful, what's government based. Many of the countries have government based benefits, basic medical, dental, vision, but then we have gone in for recruiting efforts and added to or did extended or supplemental benefits.
Specialized. Okay.
Specialized,
Is it
yep.
safe to say, so getting into HR, we've had other HR people here as well. Well, you're our first true specialist in the HR field as far as a benefit specialist goes. Is it safe to say that being a benefit specialist, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, is all the positive things of HR? Like you're legit helping people,
Yes.
people love you, people want to talk to you
Yes.
without the negatives of
Yes.
HR, because you're not firing,
Yes.
you're not coaching, you're not counseling,
Investigations.
you're
Yes.
not doing investigations, you're doing all the positive stuff.
Yes.
So
Yes.
guys, make note of that.
Yes.
That's all the positive HR. Stay on the benefits side.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you do it right and you can help the employees, you're their advocate as they navigate the complex systems here in the U.S.
Yeah.
If you can do it positively and really make a difference and leave them better than you found them, that's kind of my personal motto, leave people better than you found them. It's been so incredibly rewarding when we implement. Just literally last week, we implemented a new benefit, and I got a wonderful email from an employee basically saying he hasn't felt this good in years, and this benefit that we implemented on behalf of the organization has really impacted his health and wellness and done
that's
a lot
great
of great
news.
things. So
Well, Lisa, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
That is a very interesting career path, and it's taken you to a very comfortable, happy spot where you're at, helping people, impacting global organizations, learning about global benefits. So everybody, there is a lot of value in an HR benefit, especially international benefits. You can help a lot of people if that's the career choice you choose to go. So Lisa, thank you for coming today. And everyone, thanks for watching and have a great day. We'll see you next time.